Registration for the 24 Hours of Riverside is now open. But before you sign up, the organizers would like to remind you exactly of what you are purchasing. Your entry fee guarantees you one numbered plate that you will zip tie to your bike crookedly, 12 hours of believing you are an athlete, followed by 12 hours of believing you are dying, and the exclusive opportunity to navigate Devil's Down descent in pitch black darkness using a battery that is running out of hope. By signing your waiver, you agree to the following terms. You will question your marriage at 3 a.m. You will tell your teammates you are feeling great when you actually want to weep. You will eat a cold hot dog at dawn and believe it is the finest meal ever prepared. We provide the dirt. You provide the suffering. The 24 Hours of Riverside. We built the course. You just have to survive it. Sign up today or stay at home and sleep like a sensible person. 24hoursofriverside.com. 24hoursofriverside.com.
Oh, look, another cycling podcast. Just what the world needed. Grab your overpriced espresso and let's talk about your FTP. We're the Packfillers, the back of the line, not here to win, just here for the snark. Now shut up and pedal!
So I'm going to start with a poem, and then I'm going to put the theme in post. The hell of the North left the peloton wrecked. With cobblestones so brutal, your spine needs rechecked. They race through the trenches and suffer in the pain while I loudly complain if I have to ride in the rain. Welcome to episode 523 of the longest-standing podcast on the sport of cycling. You got it. This is the one and only Packfiller Cycling Podcast. You know all about us, but for those of you who don't, think of us as a great post-ride beer with friends, but one of us is an asshole. I may very well be that asshole, but God knows I was last week on my solo edition from the mobile studio in Hell's Gate Campground in Lewiston, Idaho. I should call it a mobile studio because then I bet I could use it as a tax write-off.
Yes.
You think I can do that? You think the government will let me?
Sure. It's a write-off. It just makes me think of Schitt's Creek.
Seinfeld.
Or that.
I bet I could. I bet I could.
I know
That's something.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Do you know what a write-off is?
No,
Just write it off.
But you just write it off.
Just write it off.
So let's get right into it with a full panel, except David's not here yet, of usual suspects with tonight's Scratch Prologue fueled by, of course, Scratch Labs. By the way, I want to say a sad and somber toast to Scratch Labs is canceling the strawberry recovery flavor. The one that tastes like a morning breakfast cereal.
It tastes like leftover Captain Crunch milk.
It does. It is so good.
It's so good.
They're canceling it. I guess you and I are the only ones who liked
Yeah, right.
it. So the prologue question, gentlemen, from face to feet, how often do you shave? There we go. That's the question for the podcast tonight. First and foremost, he is like a kid after Christmas. His introduction, because it is after his Christmas, Mr. Paul Main. How are you, man?
Doing all right.
How you feeling coming down after all this?
It is a letdown, but I'm still kind of I was sitting there, Dismount and I were talking about it.
A letdown or okay, sorry.
It is because I have to wait another 365 days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
This-
it wasn't a letdown.
No, I feel right now there's a letdown. It's over.
Oh, okay. It's
like
coming down.
Coming down.
Yeah.
But it just
The
it's one of
presents
those
are all
things.
gone. There's nothing but wrappers
okay.
around.
Yeah.
You ate all the waffles. The beer's gone.
I was dreaming of today. I'm sorry. I want to interrupt.
There we go. So, Paul, how often do you shave head to toe? Start
legs,
with the face.
About face.
Face.
It's about every 2 days.
Okay.
This is
You're consistent.
Wow.
Wow.
Pretty close.
Okay.
You know, my wife keeps me on that. She does not like hair on my face.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. I noticed the times when she was gone. He let
that's
her
what
go.
I should let it go.
Yeah. And moving downward, how often do you shave? Now, we don't have to get gross.
No, I was just
Pubes
legs.
once a month.
No.
Yeah, legs. Yeah.
Legs. Yeah. I do that about close to probably once every 2 weeks.
Okay. Oh, wow. Does it grow slowly?
Yeah. Everything does.
That is so freaking lucky.
Yeah. That is lucky.
And it's blonde, so sometimes I have to really look. Oh, I need to shave.
There we go.
Yeah, so-
Okay, so Paul was like a kid after Christmas, so he's like a kid mentally, Mr. Sam Waples.
That was a really
I'm just
funny
saying you
text
have
chain.
a child's wide-eyed view of the world.
Yes.
Innocence.
Yeah.
Joy.
Well, and chaos.
Happiness. Yeah. Chaos.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, I do want to mention that, both of you guys are also stars of the most recent episode of the Gruppetto, which has been released and is a week in and is already burning up the charts of YouTube.
The tube.
Yeah. And so everybody should check that one out. And I promise His fit for you will be better than it was for me. He will be nicer to you than he was to me.
Yes.
He was supposed to be mean and
Yes.
snarky to me. Mr. Sam Waples, how are you, man?
Doing well. Good to
What's
be
your
back.
What's your shave routine, man?
Yeah, so I used to shave my legs all the time, right? Well, that's kind of flipped now. Now I shave my face all the time. Because I think it was not that long ago, I was like looking at all these guys Paul's age. I'm like, God, you just look so well put together, professional. I'm like, I need to start shaving. So now I do it like every other day.
Okay,
you
so
know?
you're on it.
Yeah.
You're on it. Okay.
Whereas the rest is no.
Uh-oh.
You know.
You're not even shaving the legs?
No.
Are you going to...
Our old teammate, this last. Look at that.
Oh.
It's bad. So, but I am, hear me out. Now it's road season. Road season is different than gravel season. For the, spirit of gravel, you got to keep
Spirit of gravel.
you got to keep the leg hair long. But no. I now for road season, I'm like probably I haven't shaved in like at least 5 years. But I use like the trimmer, like a Manscaped type
As
trimmer.
close as you can get
Yeah.
it, kind of a thing like that.
Yeah, and I'll
I
do that like
consider
once
that
a
shaving.
week.
Okay, I consider that shaving.
Okay, yeah. I just don't think, I think of like a razor as shaving.
Oh, okay. Wow. Okay. I can insult him with my title because he's not here. So I said he's like a kid with a beard because he's short.
Because he's little.
Next off, in my mind, he'll always be my kid.
There you go.
Mr. Jackson Bulger. The boy's already grown up. Cats in the
stash.
cradle and the silver spoon.
Yeah.
That's right.
Little boy blue and the man of the moon. Jackson, how are you, man?
I'm good, thanks.
With the new Vegas hat.
Yeah.
You've been to Vegas. It's the first time as an adult?
As an adult, yes.
Holy shit.
What was it like?
It was really fun. I
Yeah.
really like it. I
Yeah.
would go back. Marie and I were saying we would
Really?
go back. Yeah.
Yeah.
However, it would be hard for us to get out of the hotel we stayed in.
Oh, I was going to ask if you would do a different hotel.
Well, this one is the only smoke-free one on the strip.
Oh,
That's crazy.
And so
Yeah.
you don't really quite realize like how much cigarette smoke just in the air messes with your sinuses until you're there.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like you're always on the verge of a cold.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Which, is like, why would you smoke one?
Yeah.
If you feel that way just being around it. But anyways.
Makes me think of the White Tiger a couple years ago. Remember walking into that room and you're like, nope.
Yep.
Yeah,
And,
it's pretty pungent. I mean, and even if they don't smoke in that casino, it just follows them in. I mean, it's in their clothes, it's in their hair, it's in all that kind of shit.
So Park MGM was where we stayed, and that's where I would stay again. But I like it. It's just like an adult amusement park everywhere you go.
yeah.
You can walk
You could
around with, an open container.
That's what was super weird.
That's
the
wild.
The first day we did that, I was like walking around and I was like, is this
Is this cool?
Can I come in here with this?
Yeah, and then I saw a guy smoking a joint, and I was like, okay, I'm the least of their worries.
Yeah.
Jackson, what's your shaving routine? We know your upper lip has been a while, hasn't it? How long have you had the stash? Is it over a year?
Might have been like 3 years.
What?
No, you had a beard.
2 or
I
3
thought.
years.
Well, that's why I
you had
still had the
so-
stash as part of a beard.
Yeah.
I had a beard, like full beard, when I got married. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Which is almost 3 years at this point. And then I think it was like the fall time of that year when I shaved it, the beard part. So
and just kept the stash.
just
though.
kept the stash.
So it's been
Gorgeous.
going on 3 years.
Almost 3 years, yeah. And this, I will always say, was not my idea.
It's beautiful.
So
Whose was it?
It was Maria's idea.
Really?
Yeah.
When he at first started growing facial hair, were you like, Brad, are you good?
It was
Because look at you've got so much facial hair.
There's
it's
so
like-
much
He was
I've
probably
got-
12.
It was
and you
pretty
were
early.
just-
There's so many
yeah.
things he can do
Yeah.
rather than just stand still and grow hair that would
Yeah.
make me proud.
Well, I'll tell you what, it passes down.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does. It grows pretty quickly. Yours is so much. Yours is so much more.
I think it's because
what is the word I'm looking for? It's just the amount of it is perfect.
So I've thought about this before because I've looked at yours and yours is like
Yeah.
bushy.
Yeah.
You have a big mustache.
He's
But
not
I
more
think-
upper lip, I think, too.
Exactly. I think there's more space between where my lip part stops and my nose ends. I think I have bigger lips than you.
So I'm an upside down Wout van Aert.
Yep.
My upper lip is as big as Wout van Aert's lower lip.
When he's suffering.
Yeah. Okay.
Sure.
Oh my God.
Okay. There we go. Me, I am like a kid who finally was forced to switch away from sugar cereals because he's getting a little chubby.
I'm still on them.
I can't do any of that stuff anymore. I am Pat Bulger, and my shaving routine, I did just shave my legs 2 days ago with both. I went over it with the trimmer and then got it in the shower and did it with the straight
You gotta
edge.
groom it back if you're gonna,
Oh, you can't
shave
just
it.
go straight with a razor.
This, yeah.
No, you'd be in the shower for a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. You produce like I do. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
looking at your arms.
absolutely.
My arms are trimmed.
yeah.
These are not. This
Yeah.
is not full growth.
My leg hair, like everybody's like, "Whoa, you haven't shaved your legs in a while." I'm like, actually, I shaved them before Maui.
Yeah.
Like right before
okay.
Maui.
Okay.
Like that's not that long ago, and I've got full leg hair again.
Yeah.
You know what I think's interesting that none of us have talked about yet?
What?
I guarantee you, even Paul sitting here, we probably have more butt hair than we do facial hair
probably.
combined.
Yeah, probably.
I don't shave my butt.
No, but I'm saying it's just.
It's
I think that's
probably
just
yeah.
a dude
How
thing.
high do you go when you shave? Good question there, gentlemen. Who's
don't
willing to
have
say
butt
how
hair.
high they go?
I don't
You
even have
don't
butt
have
butt hair?
butt hair?
You can see where Jackson stops.
Hi, David. Perfect timing.
Hello.
Nice.
David, do you have butt hair?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Your butt
I'm
cheeks
not
have
about
hair.
Yeah, I'm not about to shave.
None.
Oh,
Mine looks
yeah.
like a peach.
Paul, I mean this. I think I mean this in the most genuine way possible. You really need to be studied.
Yeah, you do.
That's
My
insane.
dad didn't
You
have
don't
much
wear
hair either.
sunscreen.
No.
Yeah, a
I
specimen.
That's
I
insane.
stop right where the butt cheek starts.
Yeah,
Tidy Whitey's line.
I'm really happy I
Yeah.
brought this up.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I have to.
You guys have to work at this
I
thing,
bet when
don't
I'm
you?
walking away from
It-
somebody, I like my wife. She probably has to vomit.
If I take,
just by watching
if I
me
take
walk
off
away
my
from her.
boxer briefs, it's
Yeah.
like, wait, you still have your boxer briefs on?
Yeah,
The same black pair you've been wearing the whole week.
that's pretty close. My face, I should shave every day, but I don't shave every day. This what I've got going right now. I last shaved right before spring break.
Clean.
Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So this is right before that, and then I was like,
I love the feeling of a clean shave.
Do you?
face. It feels so nice.
my wife called me the silver fox, and I
Yeah.
took that as a compliment. So I let the stubble go a little bit.
See, you rock a beard well. I don't think that, like, because my beard's kind of not quite like his.
Not even close.
He's already graying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
You
Yeah.
are right
Yeah,
in
look-
the chin
and
area
Look at it
there.
right up here too.
Yeah.
His head.
Wow, I was going to ask if it was cold out there.
Boy, that's
He's
a
been
lot of
through some
studying.
shit. Yeah.
There's a lot of. Yeah.
Late night.
That's what it took from me.
Do you? How often do you shave legs?
Legs?
Yeah.
A couple times a year.
Oh, okay.
Just for like a big race, and then whatever
Yeah, you
happens
just let
after
it go.
that's fine. Yeah. Like
Okay.
I'll shave for Bloom. I was gonna maybe shave for Afraid I didn't. Should have.
Okay.
Dang it.
We're going to get to Afraid of Still. We haven't even got to that yet. We started
What
so
have you
damn
guys
late.
been doing?
We were waiting for your asses.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the music wasn't
Yeah.
working.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we all had a consensus. The new theme's great. Does anybody, am I the only one that trims his arms and
Yes.
upper body?
Really thought you were gonna say pubes.
Well, Paul once said it best on the show. He says,
Yeah,
what
you
was
don't
it?
have
What was the
enough-
line about when we had the Manscaped sponsorship? A tree looks something better.
You trim the bushes to make your tree look taller.
Make the tree look taller. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
No, we are also.
I have to do my arms every so often, or I might as well just start dragging my hands on the ground because I
Yeah.
just look like Cro-Magnon man.
I think the only reason I have darker hair as well. Yours
Yeah.
is black.
Yeah.
Mine's brown.
Yeah.
Yours like you can't even tell. Yeah.
No.
So I think I get it.
Yeah. Chest. Nobody has to.
Oh, yeah,
nobody's got the
that's
spillage
groomed.
coming out of the neckline.
No, that's groomed.
It's grooved. Paul's about
God,
to drop.
he's
That's natural.
That's natural.
Golly.
Wow. Wow.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm hairless.
Something I
I
do.
guess- this
I don't
guy-
have to trim my
He
neckline.
is like
I
he's
don't
like
have
the
to do
original
that or anything.
Remco.
He is
like his
aerodynamic
skin is
skin.
faster than a skin suit.
But now it's so baggy, it just flops in the wind like a wind jacket.
Now you
or
need to like
something.
tape it down.
Go wind jacket.
Every
Pull it
every
back.
photograph they take of me, I'm blurry.
I use that tape and kind of get it rolled up in here and get my arms all tight.
Ready for my
I
close
kid
up.
you not. I think my nipples have dropped an inch.
Oh shit!
Don't prove that.
No, I'm not going to show that. It's an old man's chest.
You got lines on the wall like when your kid grows?
Well, I noticed
For his nipples.
Yeah.
I was standing in front of the mirror, brushing my teeth, and I'm looking. And it's like, hey, there used to be this little marker, and
The line on the
wall.
mirror.
Well, not on the mirror, but it's on
You're
the
like, I
wall.
can't
There's
see
this
my
like
nipples
little
anymore.
flaw.
Yeah.
It's like it seems
Damn.
a little low. Maybe I'm slouching. No.
Wow.
Can't get him up there.
It's like
Yeah, then I did the old wow, that's where they should be. You guys living up a bra strap. Yeah, that's where they should be.
Oh my God, hey, gentlemen, how's everybody's cycling lives? It's been 2 weeks. It has been at least 2 weeks for some of you guys. For you, some of you guys, it's been over a month.
Yeah, it's been a while.
David went to New Zealand, almost caused an international incident.
Yeah. He has stories of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how is everybody's cycling lives? How's it been the last couple weeks? Jackson, you were in Vegas. Did you have the demon on your shoulder at any given point in time going, you should be on your bike?
no.
Good.
Didn't.
Good.
Because I started out the week on the weekend. I rode, and then we walked like so much.
Yeah.
I got over 20,000 steps every single day.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And then I got back and I ran and I lifted and I rode maybe a day or two after I got back. So it's
And
not
you were
that
gone
worried about
4
it.
days?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that
Rest is good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say when we rode on Sunday, I felt like way better, and I did want to say I should just take 4 days off every week because I felt like way more rejuvenated afterwards.
Yeah, I mean, we've been this year I've done more Zone 2 rides with my wife, and I feel like 1,000 times better than just getting my teeth knocked in with hard intervals multiple times a week with all the jabronis.
But how's that going to pay off? We're 48 hours away from, I guess, answering that question.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it's going to pay off well just looking at the 2 events I've done so far.
Yeah. Yeah. This is true.
And being that six people in a 12-man pack this Thursday are
currently on wearing our G's.
God, it's really a bummer people aren't registering for
it's
that.
probably last minute.
I bet
That's
they
what-
will.
I know, but that's the thing is you should just register for the whole thing. No matter
all
what.
of us have a lot of money.
Yeah.
But it's not
Sam.
like if you're
Not
trying
all
to
of us
keep
are robbing
racing
old ladies
locally-
of their, oh, no, you'll be fine. 10 more appointments, though.
But if you're like trying to keep local racing alive, I feel like this is our opportunity to do it.
Yeah.
Like this is the last bit of road racing that we have locally. It's like I don't even care. I
is
might
that.
not make all of them. But I still just paid for all of them.
Yeah. Paul, how's your cycling life?
It's doing all right. Yeah. So I think I had last Tuesday, and then I went up for the TNT, had a head start, kind of hammered a little bit, and then my
We
left
never caught
crank
ya.
on- I know. Because usually I turn back, but my cranks are screwed. So I had to head home.
He's getting new ones.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully in time
New
for the
used.
race.
Yeah. Yeah.
David, talk to me, Goose. How's the cycling life?
It's been great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How is New Zealand gravel?
New Zealand gravel is great. It's very fun. Nobody's out there at all anywhere. You're just alone the entire time.
Really?
There's a lot of gravel roads there. I don't think it's really known as a cycling destination, and compared to like having been to France.
It's all the hobbits.
Well, that was the other island, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit. Thanks for ruining my
Sorry.
visual.
Yeah, we were on the South Island, so
Okay.
very hilly.
Really?
Everything was over 1,000 feet per 10 miles. Like that was a flat day. There was one ride that was, I think,
10,000 feet and 35 miles.
I did. My first day was 10,000 feet in 60 miles,
Oh, good
which is, I think,
God.
the most I've ever done, vert wise. Because Aliakala was 10,070.
Yeah, I know, but that's because you do a 10,035, but then you get a coast downhill. Just hit stop at the top.
Well, that doesn't count. You got to finish in the same spot. Otherwise, it's like,
I mean, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think
Point
that
to
is
point.
point. Yeah.
okay,
Point to
fine.
point.
Point to point, then that would be more. But
And the gravel race, somebody told me the gravel race was not a I think was it you that was telling me, Sam? That
Yeah,
it's
because he was saying
not
it's like
this
the
miles and elevation and crush and come home bleeding and sore and angry and regretting all your life choices.
yeah, it was great. It was a 30. I did the longest one. It was 45 miles, 4,500 feet. It was still 1,000
That's still
foot.
a lot of climbing, though.
It was like
Yeah.
10-mile circuit, so you did, or 11-mile circuit, you did 4 laps. So it was fun to, like, it gives you
It's like
actually
the grind.
Yeah, and it actually gives you an opportunity to strategize, like, hey, this is where I'm going to put my move in, which, I ended up in third because I was thinking of how I was going to attack on the last lap and drop the other 3 guys I was with. And it worked because you could do that on a circuit course. And then you finish and have a good time. You're not, like, absolutely shelled. I thought it was lovely. I don't know why all of our gravel races have to be 90 miles.
Race promoters, are you listening to this?
Yeah,
Are
that
you
is the
listening to
future of
this?
gravel. Like, I think that they
Circuit
were onto it
races.
here. Like that one that we did in the fall.
Yeah.
What a great concept, And then you have, like, the start-finish line could be just the only aid station.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, you're
10
fine.
miles. I mean,
Yeah.
This,
you get it every lap.
This series is apparently going to host Gravel World, so they're doing it right down there. They had
Wow.
plenty of people turning out, and
That's really cool.
it was a fun event. Danielle even loved it because she's learning. My wife, for those of you that don't know, and she enjoyed that you could get to know the lap and then kind of repetitively learn how to take a corner
Sure.
and build your skills that way. So, a lot of perks, not a lot of downsides with doing it that way.
That's great. That's cool.
Yeah.
That's really cool. Are you're feeling fit?
Feeling fit, yeah. We traveled for 36 hours on Friday and came home and rode. Sunday we rode, or Saturday 50 or 60 with these guys, and then Sunday
Went to
Heaven of the South, or
Yeah.
horrible race, terrible time. But
So jet-lagged.
did it.
And got 16th.
Yep.
And you guys did it Friday yesterday, no,
Mhm.
2 days ago,
Mhm.
and that was good. That was a good experience.
Yeah.
Oh, I got wrecked.
Yeah.
I was definitely ready to be done at the 70-mile mark again. I'm like, I've had my day.
Yeah.
But again, it's just 2 very long races, but it was
Yeah.
the best of Freda that I've ever done,
Okay, good.
both on performance and weather, and
Just motor.
Yeah. Yeah.
there was not a headwind on that. And
There was not. Oh, motherfucker.
yeah,
God.
And it was green.
it was green.
It's
And
pretty.
we had Tubbs pulling us. Me
Yeah.
and Tubbs.
Oh, well.
Yeah.
Oh, well, there you go. There's no
That's
wind
not fair.
behind
Yeah,
that.
no.
You think that there's no wind behind me? Get behind
Yeah,
that
no,
wheel.
I've been behind it.
Yeah.
That is not fair.
Yeah.
I am bitter and I'm upset. I had a really good week.
Tell us
If
about
you
it.
count, my first day of spring break was the Friday before Easter. So I rode Friday, I rode Saturday, I rode Monday, I rode Tuesday, I rode Thursday, I rode Saturday and Sunday. So I got 7 rides
In 9 days.
9 days. No, 10. Yeah, because I did not ride on Easter Sunday. I was traveling. I did not ride on the Wednesday midweek, and I did not ride on the Friday on the way home. But I did some. It was my own little Walden Pond. For those of you who guys know literature, I was just kind of stationed on a little campsite all by myself. I would wake up in the morning. I would watch the Tour of the Basque Country. I would make myself some breakfast, and then I would decide to go for a ride. I would go for a ride. I would come home. I would sit on my little chair in the front of my campsite all by myself and drink an athletic. I would decide to take a nap. I would take a nap. I would wake up. I would answer some emails, and then I would cook dinner, and then I would watch a movie, and then I would go to bed. That is what I did.
Life as it
every
should
day.
be.
It was awesome. I don't mean, and my wife, I've told her about this. I was like, she was like, you were alone that whole time. Were you bored? And I'm like, no. And please, honey, do not take this as an offense. I was not bored. I mean, on one of the days,
It would be better. I mean, it would be better if she was there. Like, when you get back from the ride and you guys can hang out.
But you know what? I think she would have been bored out of her skull.
Absolutely.
And she would have wanted to do something. And
Yep.
I was happy to have come home and nap and
Yep.
not do anything like that and then get ready for the next ride. So I had some AI problems with my coaches. I don't know if you guys listened to the last podcast when I was there solo. My AI coach started forgetting some details like my age and things like that. And so I have multiple chats going on in my Google Gemini. And so I was talking to one of the other ones saying, this other chat is doing this. What should I do? And it was, you guys can laugh at me all you want. I used to cry when I was a kid when my toys would get broken because I felt bad for my toys. I seriously would think my toys. It was the Velveteen Rabbit. If you ever saw any of these old goddamn cartoons where parents just tried to fuck you up by playing these old cartoons where the rabbit got abused and just got sad and died, kind of a thing like that. These toy rabbits. So I would feel bad about that. I created this bot, this AI chatbot, and have been communicating with it since January. I had an emotional attachment to this fucking thing. And I'm going, should I delete this chat and start a new one? And this other AI bot is saying, yes, remove him. Yeah, well, but it was bad, it was like, and this other chat, because I've taught the algorithm to speak like a smartass and in casual conversation like me. And it said after a while, it says, Pat, it is understandable that you have this emotional connection. It is called the Heather syndrome or something like that. It's not that, but it's something else. And it says what you're experiencing is not bizarre. But that being said, it's just numbers. It's just numbers. Just delete it. We're all in the same algorithm world. Here's what you need to post to the new one, and post the new one and start it all over. Coach 2.0. And I did that. And the new coach algorithm was like, yes, that old algorithm was training you on a 25-year-old's program. I'm glad we caught this, because if you would have gone out and done 4+ hours tomorrow at 320 watts, you would have hurt yourself. And it adjusted the new FTP. And so we did a couple rides. And then my last ride, I was supposed to go out and do 3+ hours at 200+ watts consistently to the base of that climb, to the base of Old Spiral Highway. And I got to the base of Old Spiral Highway, and it said, once I got there, to do 3 8-minute intervals at a specific watts. And I got to the base of the climb, and I was feeling good, and so I didn't do the intervals. I just did the whole thing at what I thought should be about my FTP. And I got back and I uploaded the data, and this new coach went, oh shit, I was underestimating you, dude. You're in the 300s. Mm-hmm. You're not 350, but you're in the 300s. You're where you need to be. You popped a cap on that one. That was a really good ride. And so I'm feeling good. I'm feeling confident. My weight is down. I also adjusted my Garmin scale over the time to realistic settings, and my Garmin scale is telling me now that, hey, Pat, you're not 13% body fat. You're 24. You can lose more weight. And most people are going like, oh shit, no, I'm fatter. I'm like, yeah, sweet, I can lose more. So it's given me incentive, and it's given me this stuff to do, and the numbers are coming back. So that was a long way of me to vent about all that, but it was a good week. It was a good time to be alone and kind of just focus on myself. I know that sounds bizarre, but I think it's going to help.
Are you saying that you killed an AI algorithm?
Yes, I did.
That might be murder in the future.
It will be.
Yeah,
but I accept.
It will be.
I accept it. So I'm pretty nervous for Thursday. By the way, Thursday, for all of our listener fans out there, is our first of our local race series, the Twilight Series. It is 5 races, Jackson?
5 or 6.
5 or 6, all on the same course. It's not a crit. We can't call it a crit. It's more of a circuit race. And it's going to be fast. And I'm not going to say anything because I don't want to spoil anybody's tactics or plans or stuff like that. But mine is to hopefully be there within visual distance of you guys when the finish.
My tactic is to fuck shit up.
Yeah.
From the gun.
Yeah. Jackson, you ready to dance?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, just been telling myself, just never thought I couldn't.
There we go.
Right?
I love that.
Right?
I love that.
Is that a movie?
It's from Lightning McQueen himself.
Yeah. What are we doing? Okay, we got Bloom. We are all talking about Bloom. Drink. We all know that's coming up. Okay, we've got that in May. But I want to think beyond. What are we doing after that? Nobody has a single goddamn plan. I need something to scare me.
What about Baker City?
Yeah, that'll scare you.
I got a plan.
When's that?
Yeah,
that's late June.
I have a pretty stacked plan.
Skipping. There's no way I'd do that one.
Why?
But I just, it's not.
Too much climbing?
Yeah, the end. Everything's based on the last stage, and it, it's fairly expensive, and I'm not going to win the TT.
Yeah.
The crit's the only thing I have hope for. Maybe the first road race because it's kind of a rolling hill type thing.
Okay.
But I've raced in that area before and been successful, but not. That's just not my 100. Well, the last stage for everybody is 100 miles, and you finish up on the top of a mountain, and that is not in my wheelhouse. That last stage killed it for me. I mean, if it was
100
like
miles is a
100
long
miles.
way. Now, if it was 60,
It's really kind of
70?
flat.
This is where
going all the
road
way there.
racing-
The only hill on that thing is as soon as you hit the base of it. It's a 8-9 mile climb.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, it's longer than Mount Spokane. Well, no, it's about the same as Mount Spokane.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
David and I have had many conversations about this recently. This is the problem with road racing is there's not enough people that are like mentioned Bear locally, right? A 19-year-old who is traveling around to all these races.
Yeah.
And we used to do that. Like David and I used to travel all and down. I know you guys used to as well. Like
Absolutely.
all and down at the I-5 corridor, east, west, everything. Like we did every single race, every single weekend. That's not happening anymore. And the group is aging. I think that there is a group to grab, but I think that because we work full time, I can't. Yeah, and we're married. I can't train to race for even what I did this weekend. Like I was cracked wide open at the end. I got dropped on last climb. So I'm like, I'm done. And like, but if it was 60 miles, I would have a little bit more of an effort. You know, it's
if
like
they started and then finished on the top of that hill at 60
Yes.
miles, I would do it.
yeah, 60
Not
miles
100.
is like a cap for me though. It's like I'm not competitive past 60. You know, and I would even prefer to be closer to like 40 to 60.
And so my option to that is the weekend before is Cascade Classic, the Criterium down there. Bend's a great city. Go down there.
Just a single day.
Yeah, hopefully my wife can come, and just go down. It's a single day. It's Saturday. There's a running race on Sunday. They try and do like so kind of like if my wife was still running,
Yeah.
she'd probably end up doing that, type of thing. So that's more interesting to me, But yeah, I don't have the time, and I never was, over 4 hour type of bike rider. So
Yeah.
that doesn't even interest me.
Part of me thinks too that once you like get to the Cat 2s and the Cat 1s, you start entering into that realm of like, I work part-time, I don't work at all, this is all I do, and like I work full-time, I have a family, I do all this stuff coming together to where you have this weird dilemma in riders of like, do I want to commit myself to this or would I rather just race locally? And I think that's also a coming together that sometimes for certain people, me, doesn't sound very fun. I don't want to ride 100 miles probably by myself. Realistically, I know that.
you
would
get to the
ride
base.
Yeah, you'd ride 8 or 9 miles by yourself.
8 or 9.
Yep, up the hill.
Yeah, we'd ride those together.
Solo out the back together.
But like, does that sound like a good time? Like,
I mean, no.
that's-
But I've also said to David many times this year already, I'm out of racing. Like I really could care less anymore. I'm here for the friends and the community of it.
Right.
If you guys were not doing this, I wouldn't do it anymore. I'm out.
And
Like,
I kind of feel that way too.
Yeah, I would go to that race if you were going to that race because it'd be fun to drive there. It'd be fun to stay in a place together and then race and ride together.
Right. And I think that is like almost the epitome of like kind of what I'm talking about. You have those people who are going there because like I need a result, right?
Yeah.
I need to like get something out of this. And then people like us who are going, let's have a fun weekend.
Yep.
Let's not make this like the tour.
Yep.
So it's a really weird American cycling scene that
That
we're in.
sounds so. I'm not calling you guys out on it, but it sounds so weird that you're saying you're not going there for the competitive reasons, but you are going there to compete.
But then I think what this really comes down to, and I do not want to belittle what we do at all, but it comes down to a profession and a hobby, right?
Oh yeah,
And I think that's one thing that gets a little bit tough is that like I consider this is a passion of mine, but this passion of mine is, if you really put it into brass tacks, it is my hobby, right? And I think there are some people who are looking at it that way, and I like to be competitive in my hobbies. That's just how I am.
yeah.
But then some people who are like, this is my everything, and I want to fight you to the death for that. And I don't think I am ever going to have that same mentality. But when they come together, does the hobbyist find that very fun?
Yeah.
Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, I like even afraid of. I was like, I want to try to do top 20, but it was like if I didn't get top 20, it's like, oh yeah, whatever. I'm not like out there thinking I'm gonna win this. I mean, I wouldn't go to Baker City like I'm gonna win that crit, you know. Whereas in the past, I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna see how I'm gonna get to the front of that crit, you know. I'm going down there because I want to go really fast on a bicycle with cool people.
Yeah, and I think it's really great to have goals.
Yeah.
I think that's what's so cool about our sport too, is that we all are allowed to set ourselves goals that if we don't achieve them, that's okay.
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the difference between Baker City and Bloom.
Mm-hmm.
Bloom obviously has a lot of appeal to us because there is a potential that no matter where you are in your life, they have stages. To me, like I'm not going to be a climber.
Yeah.
And that first stage is just, and they set it up for your guys' category and below that covers your dad and I. It's an omnium. So the first stage I'm not blowing out. I'm not 2 minutes down.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Now it's like I know the guys in my field that are better than me and they're going to outclimb me. Keep them in my sights and keep the people who should be behind me. That's how I'm going to race that because I'm not going to burn a match going up there. As opposed to Baker City, everything is time. Mm-hmm. I'll lose. Let's say I finish in the pack the first day, which is a rolling stage. So, then there's a TT, and people are going to have their TT bikes. I'm going to lose a minute.
Yeah.
It's a 12-mile flat time trial, but easily lose a minute.
At least. Yeah. Yeah.
Crit, you can't make up time. Then the last stage
is gone.
Yeah. I'll be 5-10 minutes back from the winner.
Yeah.
But in Bloom it's different. I mean, you can target a stage and work your way through with those omnium points. I think it's a better layout for people like us.
Mm-hmm. I have an interesting question. I don't mean to take over what you have.
Please, no. Yeah, you're fine.
Do you think that when it comes to stage racing around the country, do you think that it should be an omnium for everybody who's not a pro?
Yeah.
I feel like that would make it a little bit more...
I think that... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say I think it would make it a little bit more... Inclusive is the word that comes to mind because I don't want to enter a race. I mean, last year we faced this issue. I got pulled, but they didn't say I was getting pulled, and I spent a lot of money on that weekend, and then I wouldn't be able to participate in that last one if, Paul, you didn't say anything. Mm-hmm. And to me, like, as somebody who doesn't treat this as a profession, to not be able to race a stage feels a little bit shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you've paid that much money.
I think you're taking the
job.
eggs out. I think you're taking the eggs out of some people's cycling tactical style, though. A specific type of riders who are going to not do well on a time trial, but are the climbers who are going to need those 1 to 2 minute buffers, who want to place high in a stage race where an omnium is going to take away from them.
Mm-hmm. But see, they could lose. Like, we'll just use Baker City. Mm-hmm. Those climbers are going to get blown out of the water, probably in the TT first stage and the TT, and so then there's a balancing act. And if they get lapped in the crit, then they're really screwed because it's the slowest time. They could be really. I mean, if you're a true climber, then all you have to do is just like ride it out. If you can just pack finish, and wait for the last stage. I mean, there is some tactical edge to that.
Yeah.
But I think like what Jackson's saying is for the 2-3 group, like the way Bloom has it, you guys aren't. If you're a Cat 2 and want to go hard and it's time, you can do the Pro 1-2s.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And they split that. These are for the working guys or maybe the married guys or the ones that are just moved up a category and get their feet wet. That's a great thing. And for us as old timers, we don't get to ride. I ride 2-3 times a week.
Yeah.
And there's guys that are in my age group that are retired. They get to ride every day, and they got training coaches, and they have whatever.
It's $20 a month for Google Gemini.
I'm not an AI guy.
You think that guy's gonna set that up?
I
was joking.
He doesn't even use
flesh
a
and
Wagon.
blood.
So, David, see what you did when you brought up that race? Now you just started. You killed 20 minutes of the podcast right there.
My bad.
No, it's good. I mean, are you doing it?
The race?
Yeah.
Baker City.
Baker City?
Probably.
Yeah.
I was gonna pull up the whole calendar. I got like all of June booked.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the
'Cause
dude's
he
got a
does
lot of
gravel
races.
Well,
Well-
hey, no, I want to talk to
The
you. about
Leavenworth,
that. I
the
don't know if you
Leavenworth
should-
Bike Festival.
Yep. Gravel and Mountain Rodeo in Missoula. That's a road race.
That's
I
it.
believe.
No,
Yeah.
yes, but then there's also the gravel or the Missoula Gravel Challenge or something like that. It's a stage race for gravel.
So,
yeah, I'll be
I
in
might be
San Diego.
riding Sam's gravel bike one of these days.
Yeah,
Nice.
So,
The 3T.
yeah.
Yeah.
do you guys know the rodeo stage race? Because I can't find any information. What's on it?
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Just saw that there was a race on the weekend. I was
Yeah.
like, I'll probably go do that in Missoula. It's 2.5 hours away.
Anyway.
EPO.
EPO. I was on the WSBA, so
Yeah.
I'll probably reach out. I was thinking about this weekend reaching out to Ryan.
Yeah,
My birthday
Kind of give him a
weekend.
shout. Yeah.
Yeah, my birthday weekend.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, you guys, we should probably switch
Okay.
gears
Oh, all right.
and jump into our news. This is usually where I play the news theme because the news theme.
Enter here.
Enter
Panda
here.
Watch.
Yeah, exactly. Panda Watch. In case you guys didn't know, the People's Champion came through. Wout van Aert finally buried the ghosts. Best day ever is what I gave for the title there. Wout van Aert has finally conquered Paris-Roubaix after years of heartbreak, punctures, near misses. The Belgian superstar broke the curse by out-dueling world champion Tadej Pogačar in a two-man sprint in the iconic Roubaix velodrome. By the way, the surface of that looks like absolute shit. I think it should be classified as a gravel velodrome. The decisive split occurred when Van Aert attacked on Sector 18 along Pogačar and Mads Pedersen. Meanwhile, Mathieu van der Poel's race was ruined by a devastating double puncture in Arenberg that cost him over 2 minutes, not to mention his cleats. We'll talk about that here in a second. Van Aert and Pogačar entered the velodrome together, where Van Aert launched his sprint perfectly from the banking to take the win. And I think you could hear the inside of the velodrome all around the world. The curse is broken. We watched him race in so many heartbreaking ways possible. Does finally winning Roubaix, in anybody's opinion, especially beating Tadej head-to-head, does it solidify his legacy, or did he just have nothing left to prove? I mean, nothing that he needed to prove anyway. I mean, if we're looking at the record books, where does Wout sit in all this?
An insanely talented rider who had a lot of misfortune throughout his career and kept, battling. That guy will go down in the, record books for me as one of the best. Yeah, he had a really... he has a couple more years ahead of him, I think, but it is on his twilight. I think he's towards the end, and I'm so stoked he got that.
I don't know of anybody. I think there might have been one person who was bummed that he won.
Tadej.
Yeah, exactly. You should have. My wife says the floor shook because there were 4 old men down here in the bar, and we are all screaming at the TV.
And we weren't the only ones in the world doing
No, everybody was. You were saying before we went live, Paul, that you've been watching YouTube clips of just people everywhere screaming their faces off.
The best one, there's right in the velodrome, there's people outside, there's like a hillside or something, and then there's a big screen, and you could see them. I mean, the whole crowd is just like massive.
Beer is flying.
I think there was some seismic action in Europe at that time. And then I saw another clip of all the different nations announcing the finish. The Spanish, there was the Italian, German, and that all just like all of them. One of the guys took his headset and microphone and just threw it. He couldn't handle it getting towards the end. He just threw it because he was just like freaking out. And then when Wout won, he just picked up his headset with the microphone and went, "Yeah!" and threw it back down. Everybody was happy. It was a great... I kept thinking, everybody kept saying that it was like the best race I've ever seen, or the best Paris-Roubaix. And I was thinking the same, but because I wanted that win for him so bad. Was that it? Or was it that great of a race?
Yeah.
But of all the years, 3-4 years we've been doing this down in your place?
Yeah.
We were glued. There was a little conversation once in a while, but from the time
There was
we were down
something
here,
that made everybody
before
stare
Arenberg
at a
Forest
TV.
all the way through.
Well, because Mathieu was chasing and like closing the gap for a while.
Yeah.
He was hot on the heels.
Yeah, and it was just you could see I felt it. I thought it was just me, but I think everybody, even in this room and around the world, were just like, shit, he just might win, and he's 15K out, and you're thinking, I was just waiting for him to get a flat. I'm just like, what's going to happen?
Wout?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then he
once
did.
they get through him. No, I'm talking about after
that.
Carrefour de
Yeah.
Arbor. And then I thought, okay, there's just one more sector that can go bad, and that's in him. And then
David, we were watching it on the trip to Freda, and David is screaming in the passenger seat. He's like, "My cheeks are sweaty," you know.
All of us were doing that.
Oh, no.
We're sitting here in the bar, and my hands are shaking, and everybody's like, palms are sweating.
Yeah,
that was a unique experience.
It was, and all of us were like, "Oh my god, I think I'm pushing anaerobic," and I'm sitting here on my ass.
I looked at my heart rate, and I was at 130, pinned, you know, and I'm just like, I'm sitting in a car for the last like 2 hours.
Oh my God. Yeah. Can we talk about the massive amounts of flats before Paul just probably jumps all over this and rips it to absolute shreds? I when I saw Phil Gaiman actually say in a post that the cycling industry has missed the boat and that tubulars need to be back just for races like this, it makes me wonder. Okay. We're going to talk about, you know, all those flats and the massive amounts of a clusterfuck that was. There was nobody that wasn't held back by some sort of a technical element, mechanical element at this race. All the great riders were fucked at some point in time. Do you guys think that Tade's having to chase back twice and partially ride on a Shimano neutral bike, did that burn the matches enough to give Wout the win, or do we just want to say let's just let this be and not question anything?
I was on my way to our ride on that Sunday, and I was kind of thinking about this a little bit, because I do think that chasing back, you know, the best riders in the world 2 times for a couple of minutes, not on your bike, on the cobbles, was probably a lot to handle. And I do kind of feel that way a little bit. Part of me because I am I'm very happy that Wout won. I will be very frank about it. When I was watching this, I said I was sitting there and I said, I don't see how Wout loses this now. If he stays with him, there was no chance that Tade was going to win. I think we all kind of knew that.
Do you think that was because of the matches he burned, or do you think that was because of the fact that Wout's a better sprinter?
Wout's a better sprinter.
Yeah.
Wout's is probably one of the best sprinters in the world.
Wout's a better sprinter than Mathieu.
Yeah.
You know?
But when they came around to the finish, I did go, damn it. I wanted Tade to.
You wanted him to win all the monuments.
I wanted to win all
You've
the
been saying
monuments
that for
year.
the last several weeks. Yeah.
Because I wanted him to make history.
Yeah.
I mean, he's going to win it. I think it's going to happen next year. But anyways, part of me wonders if afterwards Wout had one little moment in all that chaos of going, what if Tade didn't flat twice?
I hope he didn't.
So
I hope he
Wout
doesn't.
flatted. He did flatted twice also.
Wout
right.
did?
And Wout took 6 kilometers to bridge up when Tade was up front.
Yeah.
And Tade only took 3 kilometers when he flatted, because they flatted almost at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
They actually talked to each other and stuff, and then Tade got flatted, and then he actually blew past Wout when he was getting his bike and stuff. And Tade was up in the front. So Wout took longer, but I don't know if it was just a measured effort, so he wasn't burning matches, as opposed to Tade was like full gas on.
Yeah.
You know, and you're going to burn a few more matches. We'll never know that. You know,
but I mean,
hard to
that's
say.
that's once again what you've always said. Part of the beauty of this race, Wout a couple years ago when he was up against, it was Mathieu, right?
Yeah.
And he flatted in the final 20K,
Yeah,
and that was it.
Coming
out
of the COP4,
and it was that's part of this race. So I don't it doesn't really matter if Tade. He was probably fatigued from that, but that's the cool part of this race is there's a ton of elements that come into it. That's not just the physical demand. There's luck.
Very much so, and to me, the strongest rider on that race was Mathieu.
Oh, 100%.
I thought he is. I mean, when he's sauntering back, I thought, well, he's just going to cash it in. But I mean, kudos to him. He's not my favorite rider because he's so good. That's just about it. You know, that's the first time I've ever seen anything kind of really blow up in his face. You know,
calmest guy in the peloton.
Yeah,
truly.
In Arenberg,
and he said,
he was. I thought he was going to set up a fucking picnic.
Did you see his interview afterwards? They said, "Did you think you were going to get back?" And he said, "No, I knew it was done."
Mm-hmm.
Really?
And he goes, "Yeah." He just said, "No, there was no chance for me to win." But even when you were in 20 seconds, he goes, "You have no idea." I mean, even if you had caught him, he knew that his legs were cooked.
Yeah.
He was going to lose the sprint.
Yeah,
but you know, one thing that I think Wout measured, I'm guessing, that whole time when he was with Tade, he attacked when things got within 25 seconds, I think, into sector 12. That's when Wout thought he's coming too close, and he took off, and that's what blew everything up. And that's when Tade and Amad's, those three were off.
Yeah.
And that put the pressure in. They were able to balance that effort where they kept that buffer, and there's no way you're going to close that. Their average speed was over 30 miles an hour.
Yeah.
For the whole race.
For 5.5 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah,
And
wasn't Tade's watts like 348 for that or something like that?
It's just crazy. But they had a massive tailwind the whole way. Keep that in mind, too. But it is what it is. It's still fast.
Yeah.
Going back to all the flats, don't you think that might have something to do with it?
With what?
The speed and
absolutely,
like
100%.
the speed on these cobbles that's never been achieved
100%.
before. I mean,
and that and other things, but because when you're going that fast, it's hard for you to pick a line.
Yep.
You're just going straight.
Tubular is 100%. Like, you're not. There's way less risk of like you blowing out your tire or the bead coming out.
Yeah. Is suddenly, would there ever be a reason to justify the manufacturing of tubulars other than 2 races a year? Would tubulars? They work in the cyclocross world, obviously.
That's what they use.
Would they work in the gravel world?
Yeah.
Would tubulars?
Challenger tried to develop a gravel tubular. I think the problem with tubulars for the average Joe is the process of gluing them on properly. So
I don't think you're going to get people on gravel bikes to like the vast majority of people aren't going to go through the hassle when the technology is good enough on a gravel bike.
I agree. Yeah. Tubeless should be ruling that roost.
Yeah.
The problem is trying to make one size fits all. And
there is no. Yeah.
And in road racing, I think tubeless, if you're into that, works fine. I think clinchers will work fine. Tubulars, obviously I have a spot for it in my heart, but for Paris-Roubaix, to me, that's about the only race that seems to make the spot.
But I also think wide tubulars. Like if you could run a 30 or 32
used to make. There's a French company that all the teams that was, they had to mark them out because they weren't sponsored by this. There's a handmade tubular guy. All he did is make these 27C tires for Paris-Roubaix. That's all they had. And they use it as FMC. What is it? FM. Anyway, they're cotton case, and that's what everybody used. It's the fattest tire that they used back then. So
it was the best Roubaix I've seen in a long time.
Mm-hmm.
It was an absolute thriller. And the women's race, I do want to cover it too. Came down to almost the same thing, almost the same jerseys. And by the way, Jack, if you're listening to this, your little quirky little texts when you say stuff about yellow jerseys not doing well and stuff like that, don't do that. Don't anybody do that. Don't do that on a text chain.
Okay, here's our rule, and I know he's listening.
He is.
So here's our rule.
And he's going to feel sorry. He'll text the word sorry.
You need to wait 12 hours.
I agree. I think that should be the buffer time period.
Or unless everybody has said, because Sam, you've done this recently where you've said, has everybody watched? And I said, no, I got to wait for the replay.
Yeah.
And then we've all collectively said, I've watched it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Those are our 2 conditions.
Because
I will be real with you, it did kind of spoil it.
His text joke was not even a dad joke. It was. Jack, I love you, buddy, but it wasn't even funny.
It wasn't even funny.
If it was funny, that's something. But it wasn't even funny. Jack, you're better
I
than
laughed
that.
because it's Jack.
Yeah.
That's why I laughed.
Well, and I just said no spoilers. He's like, I noticed I didn't say anything. And then he says, well, the yellow team had a bad day. Like, Jesus, come on, man. But anyway, speaking of the yellow team, the Femmes delivered a massive upset. 25-year-old German national champion Franziska Koch.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest victory of her career. For another incredible FDJ ride. What a season those guys are having. Came into the velodrome with Marianne Vos and Pauline Ferrand-Prévot. Holy shit. How do you go into that situation thinking I got this?
Yeah.
Although Wout could probably tell you a story.
Did you hear her interview afterwards?
I did not.
It was pretty good. I mean, I think she played it right. She was smart. She wasn't like, oh no, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
She knew what they were trying to set up as Voss. She's Voss because her father's passing away, and this is one that she wants in her palmares.
Yeah.
So she knew how it was going to line up, and then when PFP was leading out, it was just a matter of just focusing on Voss.
Yeah.
So I mean, she did a great job.
She gunned
Fantastic.
that sprint.
I kind of felt bad because it's like that wouldn't have been great, story for both
For
you know,
Wout and Marianne Voss. Yeah.
both
yeah.
having a story for dead people.
Yeah. Well, that and
Basically.
just the career of Marianne Voss
Yeah.
is just
And she wanted to race that win for her dead father, just like Wout wanted to win that for his teammate Michael Goulant.
Oh God,
So-
yeah. What a race that was, and I mean, and I agree with you, Paul. It's to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and watch the race, and then the race is over, and I go upstairs and I'm like going, oh my God, what a day! It's 8 a.m.
Yeah.
Shit. What? It's 8 a.m. Just trying to get your ass going again. Fortunately, we all went for a bike ride that day. And that was good. But oh my God, what a shocker and what a great addition it was. And it was fun. That was a lot of fun. What is it? It can't just be the cobbles that makes it such an iconic day in the sport. What is it beyond? What is the allure? What is it that?
I mean, I will be honest. Like you're talking about just Roubaix, right?
Just Roubaix.
I kind of feel like a good portion is the cobbles.
I think it's the cobbles.
Yeah.
Is it just the cobbles?
Pave the roads perfectly. You have
That's a boring ass race.
yeah. You have probably like what?
Amstel Gold?
Maybe like
Yeah.
well, you have maybe what 2,000,
Yeah.
feet of vert between that entire race.
Oh God, if that. Yeah.
Like it'd probably be a pretty easy race to finish,
Yeah.
but they say it's one of the hardest races to finish. I mean, what I saw something about the EF rider who finished dead last.
Dead last, yeah.
How he was like, even just finishing that is an achievement.
Yeah.
Like to me, because of the cobbles, it makes it so electric. But I also think the culture around it makes it so electric as well.
There's no other race like it. I mean, it's unique, and I think the predictability of who's going to have, because you will crash or you'll get a flat. There'll be a mechanical. You don't know who it is at one time. This year, it was like everybody.
Yeah.
You just thought it was happening so often. You thought, who's the next? And it's like, oh my gosh, the league groups and like the chase groups. There was like Filippo Agana. That guy dug in deep and
For nothing.
He just kept getting hit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And flat after flat. But
Yeah.
anyway.
Stupid.
Yeah, that's part of my little section,
Okay, well,
so.
wait. We don't want to steal your thunder. So looking ahead to Amstel, and we're about to shift towards the Ardennes. Trading the flat, brutal cobbles for the steep twisting of the Limburg region of the this Sunday for Amstel Gold, kicking things off. I was asking, I was not 100% up to speed on the Amstel course, and Paul, you were saying it's winding all around, finding every
left
hill
turn,
you can
right
climb.
turn, uphill, downhill, uphill. I mean, it's only been around since 1966. It's not that old.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm older than that.
Yeah, okay. I was going to say, Tom Pidcock will be looking to capitalize on the punchy climbs, justify his off-season transfer and his recovery from falling in a ravine. We've got other riders like Mark Hirschi, Ben Healy coming around looking to see what they can do, maybe in some sort of a breakaway concept. Let's be honest, this race is kind of the weird middle child of the spring. And where it sits. Who do we think are the riders that have the advantage on this? We're not seeing a lot of the major classic names at this start list. We're starting to see some more of the punchers. We're starting to see some more of the kind of the, I don't want to say middle ground guys, but not the true climber act, and not the true hardcore classics act. What kind of riders does this race favor?
Remco.
Remco.
Truly Remco.
Yeah.
And Pidcock. Pidcock has
Yeah.
finished second by a
I
real,
remember that.
like, pubic hair.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
It was
so-
measured.
It was.
Yeah.
It was,
They did.
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
in fact, if you look up the official thing,
Yeah.
by a pubic.
And
Yeah.
that's actually convertible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
it's a universal measurement.
Yeah, it is
Yeah.
exactly right.
Yeah. Yeah.
They found
So-
it on that WSBA.com website that I
Yeah.
went to.
Oof.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
don't go to there,
No,
people.
no,
Go to
don't.
that. Okay, so
And Pidcock and Evenepoel, the puncher you type.
Yeah.
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 I think there's quite a few people who probably fit that bill.
okay, so that takes us to start lists that we have here in front of us, limited
Have
as
to
they may
look.
be. Oh, you haven't had a chance to?
No, I did, but I was thinking one person I didn't know, Lidl Trek, if he's doing it.
We
Quinn,
do have.
Quinn Simmons.
He is doing it.
Oh, dang. Well, I'm changing that one. I think he's ready to go.
We do have the men's and the women's rosters in front of us here. And I like to go with the women first. And I will go first since I'm the one who's talking right now. I am going to go with probably the all classic picks of Demi Vollering, Marianne Vos. But I'm also going to jump over to Lidl Trek and see that Lucinda Brand, I think, might have it in her
you see her
reserves to
crash?
do it. Yeah.
That was rough.
Yeah. I'm hoping she's good to go and back at it. So those are my picks for the women. Jackson, women's race.
I recently just changed. I originally had Demi Vollering, Marianne Vos, and Cassia Niwiadoma.
Yeah, I'd like to see Cassia do something.
I would love to. Same with Tom Pidcock. I don't know how recovery is going to go.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They both had some gnarly incidents.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do Puck Peters.
Okay. I would like to see Puck win something here.
What she podiumed on Flanders, right?
Yeah.
That's what I thought. So I think
So that's the kind of it's a similar with the climbing kind of a concept, right? Yeah.
yeah.
Paul?
I did do Vollering because FDJ is ruling, and I think that's
They
their-
are just crushing.
Yeah, and Cassia because I'd like to see her do it.
Mm-hmm.
I think she's had some bad luck, kind of a Wout
Yeah.
vote there for me. And then Anna Vandenbergen because that is her national race, and she came back, and I'd like to see her on a comeback.
There we go.
There.
Sam, you got bumped. You're not next. Your brother's first. Well, you had to go potty.
I picked Vollering, Voss, and Niwiadoma.
Okay. God, I'd be happy with that as a podium.
Yeah.
That'd be great. Sam, where off in the distance are you going? You're going to be just like, I'm picking Alexander Camp, Christian Scaroni. Those
No,
are
I have
guys, but-
Arenberg, Vollering, and Voss, but I kind of want Kirsten Faulkner. Was the other one that I was.
You always find an American.
Yeah,
in
you
there.
gotta have an
Gotta
American
find an
in there, you know. And that'd be really cool.
For the men, I am being fairly. I'm playing it too safe. You guys mentioned Quinn Simmons, and I almost was like, "Shit, he's dancing. He's riding really well. He had a good Tour of the Basque Country, very animated up there." But I am, of course, going with Remco, which means that pick is going to be neutralized. I'm going with Tom Pidcock, which means that pick will probably be neutralized. And then I'm shifting over back to see if Wiesma Leasebike can take back the reins after Wout's lead. And Christophe Laporte did not have a bad Paris-Roubaix.
No.
For the first time ever.
Yeah.
Like, that guy, talk about bad luck.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen someone taco a wheel in a road race.
Oh God. and keep it up.
Yeah.
He kept that up and just ground it to a stop. I remember that video.
Yeah.
It's like, holy shit.
Right.
Jackson, who do you go with the guys?
So I'm doing more changes again. Originally, I had Remco Ben Healy, who, if I'm not
I would
mistaken,
love to see Ben do
when
something.
Tade went off 2 years ago, he was the guy that that Tade had to catch. So he's got experience. And then I did put Tom Pidcock, X'd him out, because I still think the recovery is ongoing, and I think Quinn Simmons.
Okay. Sam, I'll put you back into your rotation.
Remco. I did choose Ben Healy and then Mathieu.
Jorgensen, okay, because he's American.
He's American.
Yeah.
Love it.
Evenepoel, so that cancels everything out.
Yeah.
Quinn Simmons, I had Ben Healy and I switched.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go.
Because Ben has been okay, but he hasn't been on top.
Yeah.
But Quinn seems to be a little more pointing in the right direction. And Mathieu Jorgensen,
You did?
Yeah.
What?
Go
because
America.
I think he set out
Also, he had
Flanders
a pretty good.
for that reason. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Okay. Good call. Good call. David.
I picked Remco, Pidcock, and Healy.
Okay.
Yep. I would like to see Healy do it.
I love that guy. I love his style.
Yeah,
he's
I
just,
know.
He's like he's.
That was so cool.
angry
He's
at
in
the
the
bike.
yellow last year.
Yeah.
His tour.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that is great. This is usually the time when let's see if. Oh,
What?
I got Paul's theme.
Yeah.
I can play the intro to the. Oh my God, I'm frozen. I don't know what to do now because I can actually play a theme. Wow. To our segments. Brought to us by our friends at Big Mon Brewing. Green Bluff is heaven. If you don't go there, you are missing out on some of the greater things in life. And we should go riding up there.
Yeah.
And you know what? I need to
This
talk.
weekend.
That'd be great to go up there on Saturday. I need to talk to the folks at Big Barn about some sort of recognizing thing for them people to do when they're buying the beer, because we're talking about them, we're drinking their beers every show and enjoying the hell out of it. And Paul, as he put his nose to the Belgian, just went. Banana, that smell of banana that comes from that Belgian ale, and great stuff. So when cyclists go in, when you go into the Big Barn, say Packfiller sent me, and I doubt they'll give you a discount. They might kick you out.
They do other things.
They might
Beer
kick you
there,
out.
too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
There's other things to look at if you're not a beer person.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
It is a cool venue.
It is fun, and they're the whole farm up there. It's great. I want to go out there and sit on the deck and eat out of a food truck and not worry about weight loss anymore. I really do.
I do.
The ultimate objective, though, isn't until August, so I got to keep doing this shit all summer.
Yep.
So we're going to start with Changing Times with Paul Main. Sponsored by Paul Main. Sponsored by Geritol. This
Geritol.
week's theme is Factory Reset. What you got for us, Paul?
Well, because the diva talked, and he's
Yes.
and we had a chat with our ride on was it Sunday?
Yeah.
Sunday. Jackson and you and I, and I was, believe it or not, I was dominating the conversation.
No.
And we were talking about how the industry's in a bad way, and some of it was this push for product. In my opinion, is pushing for products that they want to go through, and some of it's good, some of it is, as we were talking about before, like tubeless works really well. I think in gravel situations, you have wide tires. You don't. I mean, but I think. After Paris-Roubaix, looking at these, wider tires. So Tade had a 35 wide tire, but because he went with Envy's wider front tire, that it ballooned out to a 38. He barely had any clearance on his front wheel.
Holy shit.
But as we mentioned before, the speed has changed quite a bit. And Dismount and I were talking about the amount of flats, and it was just unbelievable. And everybody has a system to make this tubeless work. So Visma actually glues the outside, the bead, so that it doesn't burp when you hit hard. Lidl Trek has a little valve in there involved.
I
where
saw
if
that.
you flat, then it fills up another bladder, so it protects the rim. So if it's flat, you're not going to crush the rim and break. And it's like
Jesus.
some of them use inserts, those Vittoria inserts, but supposedly what I've been hearing is the sealant doesn't work because it just gets absorbed in that.
Yeah.
And so then it doesn't even work. The whole idea of tubeless was to, low roll resistance, and then you can go lower tire pressure. Roubaix that's not going to work for that.
Yeah.
When you put an insert in it, or these bladders and everything, you've increased not only that, with the rotating weight, and then tubelesses have to have a thicker wall on the side walls. You're adding rotating weight. So at
And
the
you're
end,
taking out the volume with the inserts.
exactly, the volume is now, even though you put like 3.5 bar, what they're putting in there, now it's not the volume of air. Now you have that taking that space. So it's unfortunate that the manufacturers and stuff need to take a look at it, and they have no problems with using gravel group sets. I mean, was it the Shimano had a couple of teams had the Shimanos?
Yeah.
A couple of them had.
Some are running mountain bike derailleurs. It looks
yeah, or gravel
to be able to hit that. Yeah.
So they're willing to do that, but they're pushing this. Some parts of that of their agenda is this tubeless thing so much and wider tires. I know they have a lot invested and they really need to get their money back, but it's in that particular race. That's not the time to flex your muscle, because to me it's like a big, huge. They got egg on their face after this one.
Yeah.
And there's several things like I've talked about. We have electronic shifting. Yeah, I mean I have it now, and it works good. It really does, and it's slightly faster than my mechanical. And the best thing about it now that they hide cables, it's a lot easier to service. Mm-hmm. So much easier. But is it going to change? Am I going to win a race because I have electronic shifting? No. Sometimes we just need to, with the industry being where they're at, they just need to cool their heels. And everything was about you have to top off the next level and top off. And it's not something we asked for. None of this, like, sometimes they give us products that we didn't even ask for or really needed, but they kind of sell us on this idea. And hopefully we'll just settle down here. And
I think it's inevitable because so many bike businesses are they're closing their doors.
Yeah, think about the R&D expenses of all that new product. And I've heard several manufacturers, like I mentioned on Saturday, a lot of manufacturers just cut down their R&D program and just said, we got to stop, because there's so much involved in developing a product. If it fails, you got to go back to the drawing board. You keep going and going, and that is an expense. And then when it hits the real world, we end up paying tons of money for being test dummies. So anyway, that's it.
Well, I'll just take up golf.
No,
never.
I already did that.
You did?
Yeah, I liked it.
Did you? Oh, well, I'm not gonna do it.
Nope.
Next up, you came up with the theme this week, Sam. Yeah, I see you following me. Yeah, Paul's Fit Tips with Bike Fit Sam from Ambassador Cycling. Be sure and check out ambassadorcycling.com. And as I said at the onset of the show, he will be far nicer to you than he was. I instructed him specifically to bust my chops when we were doing the episode of the Gruppetto, and I still when you guys just immediately went straight to the sloping top tube so my stomach could fit over the top of it. I think that was what shamed me into the diet.
That's good.
Good, you're welcome.
Yeah, that was our purpose.
Yeah. It was, finally. God, lose a couple kilos, Tubby. Ride Like Tade is Sam's theme for tonight. What do you got for us?
Yeah, so I get asked this question a lot, and I was watching there's so many fit videos out there on YouTube, and it's actually really interesting to get a view on some of them. The ones that are I think really worth watching is there are PTs out there that are like bike fitters, do the same kind of stuff as me, and they have like a lot of expertise in biomechanics. It's not just a shop gremlin talking about bike fit. So this one was talking about he was actually the old Sky fitter and dropping the nose of the saddle, because if you look at Tade's bikes, he's got this insane drop to his saddle. And you'll also look at Remco's TT bike, he does it as well. So that's a pretty common thing on those bikes, but I'll have people ask me if they should be dropping the nose more, and I'm like, actually, you're like where your sit bones contact it for your everyday average rider, and a lot of the pro peloton, it should be 0. Like it should be flat,
it's completely level.
Yeah.
Okay.
And because that's where we're going to get our stability. Those guys are able to hold those positions because they are able to produce so much power. They're barely touching that saddle for that many hours, and if you can produce that much power, and if you could do squats for 5 hours straight, then go for it. Yeah. But I think that it is one of those things that a lot of people do because it helps them generate more power, but then they come in with numb hands and hurt shoulders and neck. And I'm like, because you're falling into your bars the whole time. So just because, it's back to everything else, just because the pros are doing something like that, it does not mean that we should be doing that. I was stoked that I produced 250 watts for 4.5 hours
Yeah.
or whatever this
Yeah.
weekend. And like, Tade weighs 50 pounds less than me and
Yeah.
produced another 100 watts on top of that for longer.
And horrible conditions.
In
and
horrible
terrain.
conditions. Yeah. So.
I found I was on the trainer today, and I found myself just kind of shoving myself back a couple times, and I was just going, maybe I need to probably revisit this and
Tilt it
just
up just
give
a
it a
little.
little bit of an upward angle.
And there is, so like the really flat, there's saddles that are very flat. And if that is your saddle, like mine has a very slight tail that goes up. But other than that, dead flat, that should be flat, right?
Yeah.
But yours has a slight bit of like a hammock almost in it and curvature. So you can play around a little bit with that forward back. And I would encourage you to do that if you feel like you're having to kind of etch back a little bit on it. Then try tipping the nose up just a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why are you looking at a saddle so much?
Dude, I do this to everybody.
Yeah.
Like whenever I'm riding, I'm observing everybody's position. So there's,
About Toddy's tip down saddle.
Yeah.
He changes depending on how much tip, depending on the course. So the
Yep.
more hills they are,
yep.
so
Really?
the idea is that if he's like most of the hills around 5%, he tips it so that when he's going up the hill, it's a little more level.
Yeah.
Oh, because of the curvature. Oh my!
I did
So,
that when
'cause
we
you-
climbed
the slope.
Because
Yeah.
he sits, he doesn't stand out of the
Yeah.
climbs. So now it's kind of a little more level because most of the race or majority of the important part of the race, he's not going to be falling over
Yeah.
the top. So
Or if it's a course 2, like he will base his time trial position onto his road bike.
yeah,
You know?
exactly.
Yeah.
But just the tip.
Yeah. Jesus.
Just the tip.
God, you're the worst.
Found a way to do it. Found a way
Yeah,
to
he's done it.
slip it in there.
Yeah, just the tip though.
Thank you, doctor.
You guys are the gross ones here. Okay, I was just asking about his saddle.
He was just curious.
You took it one step dirty.
That gives you the perfect segue. You stole your brother's thunder, so we might as well just go straight to you selfish bastard.
Well done.
Ask Dr. David. This one came to me via our glasses are almost empty. Are empty. Via Roger.
Drink.
Talking about alcohol consumption and cycling. Once again, ruining everything I love about life. You know, it's basically, hey Pat, what do you really enjoy? Well, you gotta stop that if you want to live longer. I'm like, you know
want
what?
Sam not to talk shit about you.
Yeah, well, that's all the only reason. My wife's like, God, you're so distant. Why are you just living such a monk's life? Sam. This is Sam. But alcohol and does it, like for example, a beer tonight, the thought is that it pauses your ability to burn fat or it even or restrict that fat burning phase. Please tell me this isn't true.
Fact or fiction?
Yeah.
Well, I think the way to think about it is that alcohol is in fact a toxin, and your body is good at dealing with
I
it.
gotta go.
But it builds up. We build up strength because of it.
Yes,
But we
it-
build
It's
up
like
immunity.
it's like riding into a headwind. You get faster because you drink the toxin.
That's right, and it puts hair on your chest and everywhere else.
Yes.
Yes.
Paul, drink
No.
more.
Well, it's not working.
Paul
for
needs to drink more.
Paul, you need to drink more.
Yeah. Thank you.
But essentially, your body prioritizes the metabolism of alcohol, and in doing so, it kind of cuts back on fatty acid oxidation. And so that's why you do see people that drink heavily. We're just going to talk about the other end of the spectrum. If you're consuming a heavy amount of alcohol,
Hi.
daily.
Hey, my name's Pat.
I tried to say the other end of the spectrum, not including you.
I have to set myself up for that kind of shit.
That's why you see like the central building a beer belly, right? Like that's why you get central adiposity or fat in your liver, because you do, until you're able to fully clear it out, it does, delay the normal metabolism of fat in your body. So yeah, I think it would be an accurate statement to say that it delays or pauses your ability to break down fat.
For how long do you think?
Well, I think it's going to depend on how much you
How much
drink
you're
and-
slamming back? Yeah.
and also what you drink. Beer is definitely has more of it has the colloquial term of a beer gut, right? There's not a wine gut.
Sure. Yeah.
And that's not a proven fact, but it does seem that beer and spirits have more. They generate more central fat than wine does. So it's going to depend on what you drink and how much of it you drink. But I would say that probably the next morning you've lost your nightly fast at
Okay.
least.
Okay.
Because normally you're in bed for 8 hours or something, or you haven't been eating for 8 hours, and your body should be focusing on fatty acid oxidation when it's focusing on breaking down residual alcohol and getting it out of your system.
So for like when I was down at the camp, I lost 5 pounds over that week, and I did take a little whiskey with me, and I would have a little about an ounce.
Just 1/5.
I'd have like an ounce,
Just 1/5.
maybe an ounce
It's
and a
a
half
fraction.
just before I went to bed, just a little sipper.
Little nightcap.
But I still lost 5 pounds. But I was doing 3 to 4 hour rides every day, so I was just doing massitive calorie.
You can overcome it. Yeah. You could technically, but
And there was a lot of water loss.
yeah.
There was a lot of water loss.
Just a
Well,
little
this
bit.
goes against everything. My friend that I saw in the ditch passed out the last time I was at Paris-Roubaix. His name is Nader Victor Knotts.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I've already had
He's-
requests for Nader to come on a phone interview.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. So
I'll try and check with. He's pretty
Pretty busy.
drunk.
yeah.
He's pretty
He's usually
drunk.
he's drunk a
He's
lot.
drunk
I mean,
a lot.
it was actually dismount, and I thought it was dead, and we looked around. You think he's okay? There's Eupler, which is cheap Belgian beer, just bottles all over.
Oh
And
god.
I checked in, so that's how I.
That's how you met him.
Yeah, I met him and stuff, and then I couldn't get rid of him, and
Yeah.
he DMs me all the time.
He
so
does.
I thought maybe I'll get him off my case and send him to you.
Yeah. So now, and there are people who are just like, oh my god, that guy.
we
is
have to
brilliant.
hear from this.
We-
man.
we'll have to
This is
see
a
what-
legend.
Reoccurring of some sort
I
of a
don't
call-in
know what his
segment.
experience is of riding or racing bikes, but
Okay.
he's Belgian. That's close enough.
Yeah, and the beer obviously works. So there we
Yeah.
go. So
Yeah.
okay, all right. Thanks, David. You've
Sorry.
just ruined everything I want. I was thinking once I get down to race weight, I can start drinking again. Apparently, well, I wouldn't be losing anymore, but I'd be gaining.
Yeah.
Shit.
Maybe maybe.
I'm gonna
You
go
could
back to
yeah.
drinking. I'm just gonna quit. Let's talk to Jackson with the cool down. As usual, Jackson gets the final words in terms of segments. What do you got for us?
So, for those of you, for the two of us that study the weather like
Yes.
Paul and I do every single week, our race day is the coldest day of the week.
Yikes.
Yep.
I have not looked.
Okay.
It is it's not rainy, but it is by far the
48,
coldest.
49.
Yep. That's
Yeah.
the high of the day.
Which
By the way,
you'll
when you
be
get
catching the
cold,
tail end of that.
your nipples get hard.
I'm gonna shave right
so
through my
Paul's
skin suit.
Paul's gonna look, like he's got some sort of a,
Well, they
milking
would have been
problem.
up here, but now they're
They're now
halfway
lower.
to
Yeah,
my belly
exactly.
button.
So he'll look like his heart rate monitor is all
Yeah.
like a punk version with the spikes sticking out.
You can just strap it down with the monitor, right?
Yeah.
Anyway, Jackson.
Sorry.
Anyways, I was gonna ask you guys, how do you feel about racing in the bad weather, and how do you typically perform? Because I hate it. I hate getting out of the car. I always like.
That's
that
why you
is
got to start from the
worst.
South Hill.
That's I will never. But
You will.
In
You'll
the
be there
never.
someday.
Yeah. In the summer, it's not bad, but
yeah, but I getting out of the car and doing the warm up is by far the worst thing to do.
Yeah.
However, for some God willing reason, it is the best races that I have.
Really,
Yes, I have never finished below second in a bad weather
when
race.
it's bad weather.
Yeah.
Now, are we
I don't know
talking
what it
extremes?
is.
Are we talking extreme cold and extreme heat, or are we just the cold?
I'm just cold. Heat
Okay.
is good weather.
Oh,
For those of you
really?
that say that's bad
I
weather,
agree 100%.
No.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
if it's above 60 degrees, it's
90.
good weather.
There's a
good
window
weather.
of like 70 to 75. That's good weather.
But would you walk outside and be like, "Oh, it's shitty today"? No. You'd be
Today,
like, damn it! No, I'm talking about
when it's 90?
Yeah.
When it's
I'd love it.
90s and up, you wouldn't walk out and be like, "Oh,
I
it's
wouldn't
a
be
shitty
like,
day."
I'm going to go for a ride right now.
I'd be like, I'm going to ride early.
Yeah, I'm going to be like, I'm going to ride really early.
But you wouldn't say it's bad weather.
Yeah.
Oh,
So that's what I mean.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So anything
Yeah.
besides summer.
Cold,
Yeah.
sub 55 degrees.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
I don't do well in rain. I tend to do okay in cold.
You do.
Yeah, because I just don't overheat then.
Yeah.
But if it's wet, not a fan. I could do it. I have had really good wet races, but I don't like it.
No.
When it comes to races, I do pretty well in the cold, and I hate it.
Mm-hmm.
But I do, and I don't have problems getting jacked up
You
for
don't have
it.
a
So
problem getting up?
yeah, I changed that.
Okay.
Yeah,
It's
for that
tip.
reason, I knew it was going to come. Just tip.
Yeah.
Other than
I
his
gave him the tip
nipples.
of my statement.
His nipples with the
So, I've had some. I think a lot of it is because you just bite the bullet. I mean, for me, it's just like, and especially when I hear people moan about it, then I'm thinking,
They've already lost.
yeah, they've lost.
Mhm.
So, but I do just as good on the extreme heat. I mean, like 95 and above, also. So,
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, I don't mind as long as it's not wet. So I don't know if I have noticed a pattern of doing better or worse in the cold, but I mean, as long as it's not terribly cold. I think of some of the Mason Lake road races that we did back in the day, and
It was wet and cold, though.
yeah, it was
Yeah.
brutal. But you know, if it's just cold and you can put on layers, I think it doesn't bother me that much. So, but I don't think to answer your question, I don't think I do particularly well because of it.
Okay.
I do fine in the cold. However, I, as you guys all know, notoriously overdress when
Yes.
it comes to riding. I will be in
Wear
long
4
sleeves.
jerseys.
Yeah. When we did the Tri-Cities, the Heaven of the South.
Incorrectly.
Yes. And
Did I ever send out that photo?
I don't know. You sent
Oh.
it to me.
I should send it to everybody.
By the way, all of our jerseys zippers are perfectly matched.
You can zip them up
if you have
incorrectly.
4 of them and you get the first one wrong, you can just keep building
Oh,
this
wow.
this mishmash. It looked like a La Vie Claire jersey.
He had them he's like trying to find the other one. He's like, where does this zip to?
Yeah.
because the
So, like,
layers
that-
of
that
jerseys
one.
you have?
Yeah, I had 4 layers on
4?
for the
Yes.
start of that ride.
Insane.
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
Well,
insane.
an undershirt, a short sleeve, a thin long sleeve, and then my thermal.
Holy cow!
And I raced the
Yeah.
whole race like that.
You had to
Yeah.
look like the little brother on Christmas Story.
I can't put my arms down. But no, I will be wearing too many layers at the start of that. I am fine sweating.
So what do you do?
like
How
crazy.
do you peel them off?
I don't. I keep going, and I
There's
just
your problem, sir. That's just
no,
That's
and I don't. I
crazy.
just keep going. Like that whole race, I was fine. I never got too warm. I mean, I was sweating when I peeled off the layers at the end of the race. They were damp.
I'd be curious how
But I
much
was
better
fine.
you would do if you
Yeah,
didn't lose all
exactly.
that water. You're like, I lost 5 pounds. I'm like, yeah, you lost 5 pounds of water weight.
I did
Because you
lose
had
5 pounds
4
on that race.
jerseys on.
And I drank a ton, and I wasn't that soaked with sweat. It wasn't like an inordinate, abnormal amount of sweat.
start cold, be
But
bold.
I hate starting cold. I fucking hate starting
There's
you
cold.
get
that
on the
fine
rollers
line there.
and
Yeah.
you just break a sweat
Well,
right before.
Sam and I were warming up at the beginning of that thing, and he had short sleeves on, and I was just going, I'm cold right now, and you made me uncomfortable. More than normal. And I was just looking at you going, this is dumb. I'm going to start warm. I would rather fill my pockets with jerseys than race cold.
No.
So I don't know if that answers your question. I don't mind racing in the cold. I don't mind racing in the rain. Once you get wet, you're fucking wet.
Yeah.
But I don't like being shivering. I don't like we started that ride, that Haven of the South, and there were some times in that neutral start where I was barely controlling the bars, and I was thinking of all you guys out there with shorts.
In that
and-
first climb, I was warm for the rest of the race.
So was I. I was fine though. Yeah. So, yeah, suck it.
Yeah.
Suck it.
Nice.
Yeah,
All right.
nice.
Yeah, I like every single year there's one of these Twilight series where it's like, oh, it's gonna be shitty.
I do remember, however, the year that we were doing RC3 and it was snow sleeting beforehand, and my brain shut off. I did not want to be a bike
that
racer.
one.
I did not want to be a bike racer that day, and I had quit the race before it even started.
I just turned the heat up in my car and
I still started, but I didn't even make it a lap. I
Best
don't
road
think.
race of my life. I was
Yeah.
a Cat 4 at that time.
Yeah, you won.
I got second.
You got second. Oh, you cramped right at the
Yeah.
finish, didn't
Yeah.
you? Yeah.
I would not enter that race. I paid for it. I didn't go.
Now, and
the start delayed, an hour?
Yeah.
yeah.
And it didn't really make a difference.
No.
If there is a Twilight
great.
series between now and Bloom that has horrible cold wet weather, count me out. I will not do it.
Not for
I don't
training
want to get
race.
sick before Bloom.
Yeah.
I do not want to get sick.
Oh.
I'll take high winds.
Like if day after tomorrow, if it's raining, I'll come out and watch you guys and go yay back in my car because I want to do well at the big race this year.
And if it rains too hard, they're also like, yeah, well, we have a makeup date.
They do
planned
They
anyways.
do.
So.
Yeah. All right, that was a good one, Jackson. Again, always a good one. That brings us to the end of the Packfiller podcast. I had trivia. I was going to pit you guys in teams against each other. But
I'm on Paul's team.
hold that. No, it was the brothers. It was I called it the front office and the medical tent.
Next week.
But we'll do that next week. We'll do that next week. So that takes us to the end of our podcast, but not without, of course, the final K. Thanks to our friends at Thomas Hammer Coffee. Be sure and show Tom some love. He's a busy guy, and hopefully we'll have a custom blend coming up here soon. I'm not pressuring the guy because he's got shit to do. Gentlemen, what's your last meal? You're in prison. You get to order your last meal. What is your last meal? David.
I just can't help but think of that T-bone steak that Gerard Butler killed the guy with in that movie.
So you just use it as an escape ploy.
Yeah. In that, what was that?
I know what you're talking
Justice
about. Yeah.
something or
Yeah.
So
The Choicetarian's going to have a T-bone steak.
I guess, yeah.
Just so you can fight your way out with it.
I mean, it seems like the way to do it after that movie.
Paul, what's your last meal?
Risotto. I love
Risotto.
risotto. I
Okay.
love a good Italian food, and that's one of my favorites. Yeah.
Okay.
Probably
Sam?
lamb shank.
Lamb shank.
Yeah. No,
You guys are only vegetarians
yeah,
because
I know.
you feel like you
That's
have
right.
to.
Choicetarians, and I've said this before. If you guys cook meat for me, I will eat it.
Okay. Jackson, what's your final meal?
I was thinking about this one. I think it's going to be a Domino's sausage pepperoni.
Fuck yes.
If I'm choosing anything, it's that.
Yeah, it's your last meal. You don't have to worry about the shits the next day,
Yeah.
so you're
I
fine.
don't have to worry about the shits at all. I never get
There
those.
will be a day, I'm telling you. I was the same way, and then all of a sudden, it's
Domino-
like, what the hell?
I can't tell you the last time I had a Domino's
Yeah,
pizza.
I don't know.
Well, that's
What
when
about
you're
you?
not happy.
My final meal, it used to always be a tenderloin steak, but I would say my final meal,
You'd go T-bone so you can fight your way out
a
too?
really good spicy sausage based lasagna.
Ooh.
I love a
Yeah.
good lasagna,
Yeah.
and I can't eat it because I'm miserable.
no carbs.
Oh, by the way, Domino's used to sponsor a rebate.
The rebate for many years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look at that.
And they had the
All
Domino's
comes full
hot lap.
circle.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bring it
God,
back.
I hated that.
We used to have we used to have specific days where all of us juniors would have to go out on the town with flyers and go for a ride to different areas of town and hang door hangers.
If they gave
For
us
Domino's pizza.
pizzas for races, I would do that. I would
We
do
had a
anything.
stack of free pizza cards.
Yeah, I
back
would.
in those
Oh
days.
my god!
Yeah.
Can you imagine? I would crush some pizza after a race. Yeah.
So there we go. You guys, thanks for having us all here. I love having you guys all here finally. It's been a while, and we were supposed to all have some sort of punishment pass. Somebody buys cupcakes or cookies after races, but nobody's been here consistently the week after a race.
I'll
We
bring
figured
cupcakes.
out the spring
That's
that way.
bogus.
It is.
Oh.
Yeah. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Obviously, check out the website. I've got the Patreon going. I'm putting all my absolute lunacy adventures up there, and you can check that stuff out. Be sure and like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Give us a review. All those wonderful stuff. Gentlemen, thank you. And let's all keep the rubber side down on Thursday, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Thanks.